Hello YouTubers, how you doing? CJ here. I hope you're keeping well. Okay, so as I always do, thank you to all my new subscribers and thank you to everybody who's been with me right from the very beginning. This is not the video that I intended to do as my next video. Those of you who saw my last video would know that I should be showing my Ozzy Osbourne vinyl collection. However, I'm still waiting for a vinyl to come back from America, and as soon as that does, I'll be showing my Ozzy Osbourne vinyl collection. So let's get into this one. But before I do, I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Mark Marrow. He is a very, very big fan of this artist who I'm going to show my collection of. And there's a reason why I'm showing this collection again. Who am I talking about? Well, it's in the title already if you're watching this video, isn't it? Shakin Stevens. And he is Mark is a very big fan of Shaky. He's a really good friend of mine. And we do speak on the phone every now and then. And he's just an overall top guy. So I said I would give him a shout out if I do this video. So Mark, happy days, my man. Okay, so the reason why I'm doing this video is basically because there's been a few things added to my Shakin Stevens vinyl collection, but I'm also gonna take this opportunity to have a sort out as well, because I don't really need everything that I have here. So there's a few bits that I'm gonna be, as I'm showing you, putting aside because I'm going to sell them because I don't need them, and plus I'm still trying to condense space on my vinyl shelves. So let's get right into it. So here we have the first pressing of a legend. I'm not going to take out the vinyl or anything like that. This is the first pressing of a legend. Shakin Stevens on the Sunsets from 1970. Mint condition and a lovely, lovely addition in my collection. Then we have I'm No JD. Now, I have all of the first pressings of Shakin Stevens on the Sunsets and Shakin Stevens' solo career. I have all the first pressings, but I also have some reissues. Now, some of the reissues I'm going to keep and put them with the first editions, but I put them in a certain order at the moment. I put them in like a release type of order. So what I've decided to do is I kind of like, not only am I resorting out to part with a few things, but resorting out to redo my collection a little bit in the order. I'm No JD. And the next one is Rockin' and Shakin'. And these are great albums. Okay, now it's kind of funny because I actually have 3 different pressings here, but they're all first pressings. It's kind of like a variation type thing of countries. This is the first pressing of an album called Shakin Stevens and Sunsets. And this is, I will take this out to show you, this is the gatefold version. Now this originally came with a poster, but unfortunately I do not have the poster. I've seen it with a poster, and it goes for quite a considerable amount of money. Will I pay the kind of money just to have the poster? No. Have I seen the poster on its own going for silly money? Yes. Have I seen the poster before going for pennies? Yes. And in good condition. But back then, at the time when I saw it going for pennies, I wasn't really collecting the vinyl. Kind of regret that now, but you know, here we go. It's one of those things, isn't it? When you're looking for something, you can never find it, and if you do, it's always silly money. If when you're not looking for it, it comes up everywhere. Here's another press, and this is on the Emerald Gem. This is that one again, same album. This is not a gatefold. You see, my intention was to collect just the UK pressings, but there are some exceptions in my collection. Now this is actually the first UK pressing of the album. Made in England. It's on the Mint label. A lot of people think it's a reissue, but it's actually not. When you go through the documents and you do your research, you'll find this was when the album was released in the UK for the first time. Even I was quite skeptical about it because I wanted to collect just the UK versions. But I decided when I was going through them and doing my collecting of these albums, I thought, well, okay, if I have the West Germany version of the first solo album, then, I'm kind of like defeating the object type then, you know what I mean? So I've made a few exceptions in my collection. Will I sell one of these albums? Well, they're all first pressings, but then I got to weigh up, do I really need all three of them? So I'll make a decision on that as I go along, because I'm a little bit in debate on it. Then we have the first pressing of Manhattan Melodrama. I don't know why I'm saying use the first pressing of, because like I said, they're all first pressings apart from the few. Okay, now I'll keep this one together. This is, well, where I say apart from a few is because I got the reissues of them, and there's a reissue coming up now in a few minutes. So this is Come On Memphis. This is the original 10-inch. And why have I taken that out of its plastic cover? Because I keep it together with this. This is the 12-inch version from Sweden. And as you can tell, it's got a different cover kind of thing, different design. There's also an extra 2 tracks, I believe, on here. Yeah, there's 2 extra tracks on here. And I keep both of them together like so. Okay, now this is an album that really kicked up the fuss with Shakin Stevens and the Sunsets. Excuse me. When it was reissued, and this one was the reason why they went to court over it. Shakin Stevens, when he left the Sunsets and Shaky ended up in court. That's all I'm going to go into on that. But this is what really sparked it out. If you watch the documentary, The Remarkable Career of Michael Barrett, it's all the info is in there, including when Shaky actually says what company is the one who brought the reissue out, and it was EMI, and this is that version. This is a legend. Now I'm going to put this aside a second. That's one I'm going to put aside. I'm also going to put this one aside to decide which reissue I keep. I will keep one reissue, but which one? It'll be down to personal preference, because it was reissued again on the MFP label, which is Music for Pleasure, as Rock On with Shakin Stevens and the Sunsets, a legend. And it's actually a pretty cool cover, I mean, I'm going to keep, like I said, a reissue. Or do I? I mean, I just don't know. You know what I mean? So I'm putting that aside a second. So here is the reissue of I'm No JD. So if you got this is a reissue of the second album. And the one that I just showed you is a reissue of the first album. And here's a reissue of third album, which is Rockin' and Shakin'. Here's a reissue of Manhattan Melodrama. but they used the original artwork. Now, this is said to be a reissue of. I'm gonna check this whilst I'm here with you. I'm gonna check this just to be on the safe side. Evil Heart Faded, Evil Heart Faded. Oh, okay then. Right, I think it's a reissue, but I think the songs are in a different order. I'll double check that before obviously I make a decision whether I keep it or part with it. But this is said to be a reissue of Come On Memphis. Now, I've just looked at the tracks, and they seem to be the same, just in a different order. I'll have a closer look at that later on, but I'm going to be putting this aside type thing. So yeah. Now this also came out in a blue cover, but I'm told that the red one is a little bit more rarer. So there's that. Now then I got a picture this then, which I'm gonna. This is one I'm gonna part with. I don't really not really too bothered about it if I'm honest. This is called the Early Days. I know there are a lot of people who do like picture discs, or whatever. I like picture discs, but I don't know. I'm just not bothered about these ones. There's one then called just Shakin Stevens. I've had them for a while, so. Then there's this one. I'm also going to part with. This is called Rockabilly Greatest Hits. Shakin Stevens, Johnny Storm with the Sunsets, and the Jets. I've seen this one go for a good price on eBay recently, funny enough, although it wasn't the picture disc version. Okay, so here's another one that I'm thinking of parting with. This is well, it's called Jungle Rock. So again, Shakin Stevens and the Sunsets. Then we have one then called Nut Rocker. Shakin Stevens. Now this picture here and this picture are not from the Sunsets periods. They're from his solo career. In fact, this was from the Oh Julie photo shoot, I believe. So then we have Classics. It's a good album. The older this is, Classics. So this is like a new one in my collection. Keeping hold of that one. That's a definite. Yes, sir. And then we have a reissue then of Manhattan Melodrama again, only the track listing on this one is different to the original track listing on the original first, release. On the original album, as we call it. So, I'll put that one in that pile here. This one I'm definitely going to part with. This is one just called Profile. Okay, so then we have a very rare one. This is the first album. Fans know it as Play Loud, or it's become known as Play Loud over the years. But the original title for this is just called Shakin Stevens. Now this is the West Germany pressing, which is the rare pressing, because between each track there's more studio chat, and there's also some false starts on this as well. So That's pretty weird to get hold of now, that is. And then obviously we have the normal version here. Okay, so then we've got take one. Now, I have two of these. Yes, this one's without label. So this is not a UK. And there are some little differences on it, I think. If I remember correctly, size-wise. So this one's just trying to check what, I think it's Holland. I think it's a Holland pressing. See, it says on the vinyl itself. A Holland pressing. I don't think it tells me. Oh yeah, it was made in Holland. Thought so. So it's a Holland pressing. So I might part with this one because at the end of the day I do have first pressing UK version. It's the same tracks, and also I'll show you the label on this. The label for the UK versions are blue. Okay. Now this is a pretty cool one. So this year is a 10-inch EP from America. This contains Hey Marie Marie, Hey May, Is a Bluebird Blue, and Baby If We Touch. Now the version of Is a Bluebird Blue on here is completely different to the album version on take one. It's an alternate version, an alternate take, and still to this day it has not been released officially in the UK on, well, I don't think it's been officially released anywhere on CD, not even in the big 19 CD box set, Fire in the Blood. It's not even been released on there. And I keep it in here. Now, this is the album Marie Marie. Now, the story behind this one is it became quickly withdrawn because of Shaky's #1 international hit single, This Old House. So I keep this together with this. Now, when they were doing This Old House, what happened was they, if you take a close look here at the font and the title, obviously, most of the font. I'm going to put this back in here a second because I keep them together like that. Now, on here, you've got a song called Two Hearts on the B side. Now, what they did was they just kind of repackaged it. Do I show this now? I'll show you that in a second. No, I'm just going to show you now. Now, they repackaged it, right? And what they did was they took Two Hearts off and they replaced it with This Old House. The rest of the track listing is completely the same. They just took Two Hearts off and put This Old House on it. Now, I'm going to show you this again. So this is Marie Marie, but this is not the one I just showed you, because that's still in here with this. Okay? That's still in here. Just to clarify it. Okay? Marie Marie, Marie Marie. Alright. Why have I got two of them, may you ask? Well, I got two of them because I was kind of lucky. On both the cover and the vinyl, it says on side 2 that the song Two Hearts is on it. Because I got this version first. And I didn't think much of it. I bought it, put it in with my collection. And one day when I was cleaning the house, I decided to play vinyl. And I picked this one out at a random. Playing it like that, and all of a sudden the song This Old House came on. And I thought, have I picked the wrong vinyl out of the pack? I'm sure I saw it was Marie Marie. Picked up the album cover, and yes, I picked up the Marie Marie. So I have swapped the vinyls over. How could I do that? Because I'm pretty red hot when it comes to making sure that everything's in the right place and so forth. So I asked my wife at the time, because I was actually on the floor and I couldn't get up. I was cleaning on the floor, and because of my knee, I had to ask, if she could just double check the vinyl for me. So she double checked the vinyl, and she said, no, it does say Marie Marie. So I got it myself, and I had to look at it myself. I was like, no way. The way it does say Two Hearts on the cover and the vinyl label, it was actually playing This Old House. I was like, what? So it's like a mispress, it's a mispress in this stage, because it was when they were bringing out the album This Old House, and obviously they were still pressing a few Marie Maries. So it's a bit of a special oddity in my collection, which is the reason why I'm keeping it. And obviously, yes, that's what came then, is This Old House. And you see what I mean about the font of his name? It changed from that Superman type of font to a non-Superman type of font. So there's that. It was after I discovered all of that, however, I got the version, because I started looking for it. I then found this version with the Two Hearts on it. Okay, and then we've got Shaky. And I like this because I love it's got 2 inserts, but it also has the sleeve, not that, with the picture on, all the lyrics on the back. Which is pretty cool. Now I also have, however, and I believe this is a Holland pressing again, or is it Yugoslavian? Now this, however, here on the top, this is not a sticker, this is actually on the cover, whereas on the UK pressing, it's actually a hype sticker. No, this is actually a Greece pressing, and the label on here is different. It's yellow, so I'll probably end up parting with that. So yeah, I'll put that on the parting pile. Okay, and then we've got this is kind of like a reissue of the Take One album, but they swapped 2 songs. So this is Hot Dog. I mean, on you've got songs You and I Were Meant to Be. Let's go back to Take One in a second, find out what was taken off. Why did go to this version? I know I'm selling it, but it's the same album. So okay, so Take One, on side 1 they took off That's Alright, and they replaced it with, on Hot Dog they replaced it with You and I Were Meant to Be. And on side 2, on Take One, you've got Poor Little Baby, and on the Hot Dog version you've got Make It Right Tonight. So, but everything else is the same as take one. So it's kind of like a reissue type of thing. Only they probably revamped it, whatever you want to call it. And then obviously we have Give Me a Heart Tonight. Okay, and then we have the track years. Now, I have two of these. And I am going to be parting with one of them. I've got to check them first, though. I've got to check those. And then we have Jets Comped Shaky. A hype sticker there that says Shakin Stevens Greatest Hits. This is a Holland pressing. It is a gatefold. And Jets Comped Shaky stands for Here Comes Shaky, I believe. It's only one vinyl, but it's a gatefold with some cool photographs I have in concert. What was great about this album is that there was some B-sides on here that wasn't on any of the other albums, like, well, you had You and I Were Meant to Be on here, but then you had, like, Don't Be Late Miss Kate, which is actually, in fact, Shakin Stevens' favourite B-side, which he stated himself. You had songs like I'm For You, which is the B-side for Shirley. What I like about it as well is that you've got, like, Shirley and then I'm For You, which is pretty cool. Then you got It's Raining and You and I Were Meant to Be. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we have a picture disc. This is pretty funky. So do you know what? This one I will keep hold of because it's shaped. I will keep it because I think it's pretty funky. And I keep it in with another vinyl. I keep it in with the album that the song is on, which is The Bop Won't Stop. And I've taken it out because this is also a gatefold. Now this contains different photographs than the last one that I showed you, Jets Comped Shaky. Pretty cool there. I mean, the Sunsets albums I'm getting rid of, parting with, whichever you want to call it. All the songs that's on there that's not on the original 6 albums, I've got on various like downloads and CDs anyway, so I'm not too bothered. Then you've got the original greatest hits. Something that's always bugged me with this album that it says Volume 1 on it. But yet there was no Volume 2 or Volume 3 or anything else. Then you got my favourite album, which is Lipstick, Powder and Paint. There's a promo version of this going around with a white sort of like cover with this picture like in a square, kind of like a set album cover. I'd love to get that. But yet again, I might even replicate that on CD for myself at some point with that cover because I think it's pretty cool. And then you have Let's Boogie. Interesting fact about this album, when it was first put out, there's a song, What You Want to Make Those Eyes at Me For. Now, originally, Shaky didn't want that version, didn't want the version that's on here, released on here. It was an alternate take from the single, completely different take. However, later then came a whole lot of Shaky, with the first song being What You Want to Make Those Eyes at Me For, and on this one they did use the single version. So you get best of both worlds when you got both albums. A lot of people put this album down. I mean, I don't know why, because I actually really enjoy it. I mean, if you take away Oh Julie, I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter, and Mona Lisa, put all the rest of the songs together, maybe if they would have used something like, I don't know, If I Really Knew, and If I Can't Have You, some of the B-sides, if they put like those on you would have had like a brand new album full of all brand new songs. I mean, or shall I say covers? All right. I mean, each recorded, because there's some really good tracks on you. Like How Many Tears Can You Hide? Jezebel, Sea of Love, True Love, Just One Look. I mean, you take it, right? I mean, there's like one. Let's count how what you want to make those eyes at me for, right? Because it's a different version, right? We'll go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You've got 11, like, at the time, like, new tracks. New tracks for Shaky anyway, and the covers that he done on you, like Just One Look. It's a fantastic version. So you take away those 3 songs that were released on the early album, which was Shaky, and obviously Oh Judy was on Give Me Heart Tonight. You take away those songs, it's a really good album, so I quite enjoy it. I mean, I even enjoy Let's Boogie as well, because I love the song Forever You. Then we come to another album that a lot of people don't like, or like the production of, or what have you, but again, I think it's a fantastic album, and that's There Are Two Kinds of Music, Rock and Roll. For me, this is a fantastic rock and roll album. It really is. I love the way it sounds. The way that it sounds, it gives me a good old rock and roll 50s sort of like sound, as far as I'm concerned anyway. So yeah, I absolutely adore this album. God, I'm starting to sound like a wild, Shaky fan now, when I in my teens again. Look, just because I'm loopy, alright, doesn't mean that, I haven't got a brain. Well, sometimes at least. My mates are watching this and they're going, you got a brain? Scary. It's just because I do have a serious side, but I try not to show that a lot. Not everybody sees my serious side. This is the album that followed then. This was Merry Christmas, Everyone. This is the original release. A great album. And an interesting fact on here, Shaky re-recorded the song Blue Christmas. The reason for it is because when it came out as a single in 1982 on the EP, he felt it was too Elvisy. So he wanted a more natural sort of like sound type thing for himself. So he re-recorded it, and that's the version that's on this album. I gotta be honest with you, out of both versions, I think the 1982 version is still the best, and to me is still the classic. And then we have this one's a bit of a rarity to get on vinyl at least. This is the Epic Years. Why am I taking it out? Because it's a gatefold. And to get it with the spine is in really good condition as well is pretty rare. And I'm glad that mine is in top condition. So happy days on that. Okay, so this is the black vinyl version of Echoes of Our Times. There was an album released before this in 2006 called Now Listen. Sadly, that's the only album out of Shaky's original albums, right, studio albums. I'm not talking about compilations, but proper studio albums. It's the only one that's not been released or pressed on vinyl. There are bootlegs out there, but I'm not being funny. The bootlegs couldn't hold a candle. I've seen some of the artwork to some of them, and I'm not really impressed, if I'm honest. Especially when I've seen the back covers and things looks a bit stretched here and there. I mean, I've designed my own Now Listen vinyl label, and I've designed my own label and my own front and back cover, and I've kept it true to the original, and I've still split the tracks up and put one, side one and side two. I've been thinking about getting that pressed up on vinyl, but it can be. I mean, there is a company that I saw that can do it for about 50 quid. But then it's like a part of me. Am I really that desperate to get it on vinyl? At the end of the day, I may do it some point. I don't know. I mean, I was offered it for like 100 quid, and there's no way I'd be paying 100 quid for it. That's for blimmin' sure, because you can guarantee it doesn't cost the bootleggers 100 quid to get it made. No siree. But anyway, I hope it comes out as maybe a record store day official release. And the thing is, I'd like it to be on black vinyl. I wouldn't want it to be on a colored vinyl or anything, because it's like, I don't want to play it then. You know what I mean? I'd play it probably once just to, say it's been played, but that's about it. I wouldn't go crazy on it. However, if it was on black vinyl, different story. That's why I'm glad this one, Echoes of Our Times, came out on black vinyl. And I have two of these. One of these will go, I think. Two of these on black vinyl. And I also have the red vinyl as well, which is special limited red vinyl edition. And I bought this at Diverse Music here in Newport, and it cost me £17. So I got the original tag on it. Now the tag is not on the record cover itself; it's on the plastic protective shrink wrap. But I've put it also in here because this one's also signed to me. There's a story behind that, behind the signing. I won't go into it. What I will say is, though, however, this is the very first vinyl of Echoes of Our Time that Shaky ever signed. That's all I'm going to say. And I don't care if people believe me or not. If you knew the story, you would. Some people know it, some people don't. But anyway, the next release then came this year, singled out, the definitive singles collection. I forgot it's not a gatefold. It's not a gatefold. It does have some cool picture sleeves, I didn't get why this wasn't a gatefold, if I'm honest. I mean, do they even make gatefold vinyls anymore? Maybe they don't. Yeah, they do make gatefold vinyls. What am I chirping about? They do make gatefold vinyls because, yeah. But I just don't know why they didn't do it with this. And then you've got, because I was collecting everything on vinyl, it was out of Shaky, others like original albums. Even though this is a reissue, this was a pretty cool one, and this was actually the last vinyl I bought. I mean, I do have another vinyl after I show you this one, but this was the very last one that I bought just to go into my collection as a completionist. This is the Merry Christmas Everyone reissue. And sleeve is red with the track listing, and you've got the record Merry Christmas Everyone, and it's on red and white marble vinyl. Red and white marble. Tell me where the white is. However, if you look at it there, you can see like little white splotches, right, like marks. Now, to me, That's not a marble effect. To me, it looks like, I don't know, they almost look like fingerprints have been put all over it. You know what I mean? Um, it's almost like they tried to do like a splatter type effect, but it just didn't work. So it just looks like dirt, but it's not dirt. That's what they would call the marble effects. You know, the red and white marble vinyl. I just don't think that's a marble effect. I mean, it looks like if it's like stained. You know what I mean? Because it really doesn't look good at all. I mean, when you look, I mean, I'm looking at it in the camera now, and it looks nothing like it looks in person. It looks worse in person, to be quite honest with you, because you can see where the marks are directly, and it just doesn't give that effect. But there it is. You know, um, I bought it just to complete it. But the last official album that I purchased, then, that wasn't a reissue or anything like that, is this. This is the last album he put out. This is Reset, which he put out in 2023. I gotta be honest with you, there are a lot of mixed reviews about this, but there are some great songs on here, and I enjoy the album anyway. I enjoy everything Shaky's recorded. I got my favorites, but I do enjoy everything Shaky's recorded. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't buy it. Simple. Not even despite me being a big fan, you know. And I'm not just saying that because I know you do get fans saying, "Oh, I love everything," but I actually do love everything. I mean, tastes do differ. I mean, I gotta be honest. Is it an album I play regularly? No, it isn't. Um, I wouldn't say that I love it. I mean, there was a bit of mixed reviews on the last two albums, should I say? Now, listen, Echoes of Our Times and Reset. Um, I mean, I do love the song "All You Need Is Greed." Um, from Reset, and I love the song Reset as well. The songs on Reset has a meaning, and the songs on Echoes have a meaning. Um, and for me, Reset became a bit of an eye opener really when you listen to the lyrics in the song Reset. Um, so I mean, I don't love the album. I so me saying I love everything he's recorded. Maybe I'm contradicting myself here. I don't. Oh my god, I don't even know myself really. If I'm honest. I love them. I love everything he's recorded, but I don't love everything he's recorded at the same time. Maybe that makes more sense. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. And I don't particularly care. I wouldn't say anything negative about either album. I mean, you know, they're two different albums, you know, as far as I'm concerned, to the rest of his albums that he's known for and he's recognized for. Songs from Echoes like Down in the Muddy Waters, fantastic rocking track, Last Man Alive. From the Reset album, you know, George, it's when you listen to George, it's like a haunting sort of song, you know what I mean? It really does get you. Um, it's really powerful. And then you've got Reset, then, which is, you know, when you look at everything, I mean, it gives you just, I don't know, different feelings. You know, it really does. I think every one of us are individuals with our own feelings. So anyway, that is my Shaky collection on vinyl, and I've done this video because I would have sorted my collection out anyway, if I'm honest. Um, but I've kind of done this video for Mark, all right, because you know he's a nice, really nice guy. He doesn't mean any harm to anybody, and he does suffer with something. I'm not sure what it is, and I don't want to get personal or anything like that. But he puts up some videos of him singing in the Shaky Now group, and by the way, I want to show you this group as well because I want to give it a plug. I'm an admin. I'm part of the admin team of this group now, and I've got to be honest, I'm pretty proud to be an admin or part of the admin team. Let me find it. There it is. Okay, so this is the group. Let's see if I can So it's Shakin Stevens, Shaky Now, the unofficial fan group. It is run by the group creator of the group is a gentleman named Paul Wallace, who is a fantastic guy. He's a great friend of mine, and I love him to bits. I really do. We've been friends since like 2006. We've been friends since. Boy, what a long time. Um, and I become part of the admin team a good few years ago now. I think it's been. Really proud to be part of the admin team. It's a fantastic group, and it's for serious fans only. You know, it's not for fans who really want to throw their knickers at Shaky when he's walking on the stage or something like that. Although, I might get in trouble for saying that. Crikey. What have I said? What have I done? I don't mean any offense by it. I mean it out of a good sense of humor. It's for the group is all serious. All joking aside, it's a serious group for serious Shaky fans. Um, it's not like the official group. I mean, my personal opinion is that Paul's group, even before I become admin, I've always said it. Paul's group should be the official group. Because you get into real discussions about Shaky's albums, about Shaky's career, about Shaky's life. Um, you don't get the same repeated YouTube links for videos that we've seen thousands and thousands of times all over. You don't get the repeated like pictures with love art all around them and everything. We're a pretty strict sort of group. I mean, you know, Shaky himself even said in the documentary that when he was showing the posters, he always said he was never into all of that stuff. He never was into being this like pin up or post on somebody's uh bedroom. I mean, he said that himself, and I think when you get to know like Shaky as a person as Paul has, um, a lot of the elements of respect for the artist. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the group really focuses on is respect for Shaky. Um, so yeah, I think that the Shaky Now Facebook group should be the official group, in my opinion. Always has been. Like I said, even before I become admin, which I never expected to become admin. So I'm really, really thrilled um, to be part of the team. And there is a great team of admin members on the group. I'm going to read them out to you now. So you've got myself, you've got Adam Greenaway, who's a fantastic guy. Kevin George, I don't know him personally, but he's a great guy. Um, Marco uh, Ezink, is it? Sorry if I've got that wrong. Um, uh, Brendan Mooney, is it? Um, what's his Paul? Is Steve Turner, Chris Griffiths, and Andy Gard. All great guys, fantastic team. They monitor the group as well as myself. We monitor the group all the time. I mean, I'm an admin of a few groups, to be quite honest. Not a few groups for Shaky, however. Shaky, Ronnie McDowell, Freddie Starr, which is my own group as well. There's a lot of things that I'm involved with, and I'm literally non-stop with every blooming thing. So it's pretty full on, but that when you've got a great team around you, you know that you're in good hands. Um, there's been so many different reviews and so many things that are discussed on the group. And if you want to find out any information about Shaky that you may not know, you can pop a question in the group, and you'll be answered. I mean, we won't stand for, there's things we won't stand for in the group which do get monitored and removed, and I do feel guilty sometimes because I haven't done much on the group, to be honest, and I do feel pretty bad about that. But I'd like to think that when I do put something in it, that it's worth it. Um, so, like I said, it's a real privilege to be part of the admin team, and it's just because I'm on the go all the time, literally all the time. But I'm really, really pleased because there are a few things that I'm hoping to be posting in it pretty soon. as a matter of fact. I've got the Elvis Festival coming up. But I've got a few things planned because I'm actually working on something involving Shaky at the moment, which I haven't said to anybody. But everybody will find out sooner or later. But yeah, pop on there if you're a Shakin Stevens fan and you really want to find out about Shaky's life, career, recordings, etc., etc. Hit the join, get onto Facebook, find the group, hit the join button, and when you're accepted, enjoy. Because it really is a fantastic group. So that really concludes my my video. Like I said, there's some things I'm going to be sorting out, with these, checking one or two things. Oh, excuse me, do beg your pardon. And yeah. So anyway, I'm hoping my next video will be my Ozzy Osbourne vinyl collection. I mean, I'm going to track this whilst I'm doing this, because I bought it off eBay. Purchases. I can hopefully give you like a bit of an indication, really. Track package. So Thursday, the 18th of September. It's in Melrose Park, Illinois. Ugh. That was the 18th of September. What's the date today? 22nd of September. I said November then, didn't I? But yeah. That's sort of like, you can't blame the scene anyway. So yeah, that's where it is at the moment. So I might get another video in before I do my Aussie vinyl collection. So yeah. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. I'm not sure when it'll be. It'll probably be maybe next week. I don't know. But until the next time, take care of yourselves, keep safe, and keep well.